Get yourself ready, it skips wild Google Earth! Yes, it's the new show. And this is another episode of Skips Wild Earth, Google Earth. The show where we show stuff that we found on Google Earth because we're sitting around bored because I split my finger open. You know, the bad finger that I halfway cut off before, and the circulation is poor, and you know, it's cold outside, so that kind of, so I can't play guitar because my stupid finger's screwed up again. And you guys know I'm off work for like a month and a half because my back is broken. So, no, I mean, I've got like another month and a half off, actually. I've been off for 2 whole months. So I got it a couple more months ago still before that. So anyway, I'm looking at stuff on Google Earth, and that's in between watching stuff on YouTube and playing Sudden Strike and going for walks every once in a while when the weather's warm enough. So anyway, I want to go to the Four Corners area of the country. That's Utah, Colorado, New Mexico, Arizona, and I want to go to Utah specifically because I want to go to Arches National Park. And so I'm going to take you through Arches National Park. And specifically, one place I really want to go see is Delicate Arch. So let me take you there real quick. This is Delicate Arch. And from what I understand, this thing is like 60 feet tall. I think this is probably one of the most spectacular arches in the park. And you can walk to this, but you can walk to almost all of these because they're only, this one's like a mile from the parking lot. It's not real far away. Check this out, there's a guy laying here on this rock face. And let me show you something. You do not want to fall off of this. Look at that. That's about, couple 100 feet down. Yeah, you don't want to fall down there. Yeah, that would be like really bad. So let's get down on the ground here and get a better view. I'll bet you a lot of you guys have seen this thing photographed from this point of view. No? Maybe from, where the hell they photographed that? Maybe it's from over here. Maybe it's a different arch. Yeah, from right. I'm stuck inside this wall. Stuck inside the wall. There we go. Yeah, I bet you they photograph it from this angle. This is the angle that they're photographing it from. Because you come up, this is the trailhead right here, where the trail ends. It comes around the back of this wall, along a ledge. You see they got it traced out right there. You can see Delicate Arch Trail. So yeah, I can't hike real far. I wanted to do some deep woods backpacking this year, and I can't carry anything. I can't hardly even hold my own body up for more than 30 minutes at a time. So like, if I can make this walk in 3 months' time, that'll be really good. So like, there's the trailhead. You can see it's not real far. Like a mile maybe up here. Up this steep rock face. I bet you've seen pictures of people walking this rock too. So what we're going to do here is we're going to go into flight simulator mode. Because flight simulator mode is really cool. But yeah, pretty spectacular. Google Earth is like their shit these days. So let's back up, put some altitude on. All right. Flight simulator mode initiate. Yeah, I feel sorry for the guy who walked across the Colorado border into Utah in 18, whatever the hell it was, and found this place. And like, I don't know who he was. Nobody really knows who he was because his body has long since been lost and we never found it. Who knows? Who knows who this guy is? So let's see. Half of this park is across this freaking. This is really. I wonder what happened there. Why is there a blank spot? Holy crap! Everything disappeared. Half the park is like you have to go up this canyon here, and there's a road at the end of this canyon, or it's not at the end, but it's at a shallow point in the canyon, and you can get across to the other side of the park, which is over here. And it runs all the way from the lip of the canyon, I guess. Yeah, all the way through, all the way. Sorry, I know my flying is really rough. I'm trying to get us to where we're going. I want to get to the very end of the park so I can show you the formations. And I think some of the most spectacular formations are at this end of the park anyway. And they're spread out a little bit more too, so they're more accessible. You can walk around them and whatnot. When you get further into the park, it becomes a nightmare. Yeah, we're still not in the right spot. Further this way. So like, yeah, this whole area, this area here is around the Moab area, Castle Valley area. And it's just a four-wheeler's dirt bike ride in paradise. And I'm gonna like try to bring my mini bike. And I got a little CT70 with a 125 motor on it. And I think it would be perfect for this terrain. And I can't wait to get it out here and spend some time just cruising. All right, I can't find the very end for some reason. I don't know what I'm doing wrong. So we're just going to cruise up through here, and we'll show you some stuff up close. Maybe closer than you'd like in real life. Oh my gosh, look at this little valley here. This is cool. Can you imagine walking through here? That would be so, or riding your mini bike through there. Oh, it would be so freaking awesome. So freaking awesome. Whoa. Whoa. So yeah, this shit just goes on for like 100 miles or so. Like, yeah, the guy that ran into this, I mean, this just goes across this part of the state here. It's like a solid wall. I mean, when they found this, and not only that, it's surrounded by canyons and whatnot. Oh my God. I mean, it must have been a nightmare. Lewis and Clark, they're like, I quit my job. The Indians, they win. When they found this guy's body 6 millennia from now, like in the next, Paleolithic age, or whatever it was, the next epoch, however you pronounce that word. Of course, humans have long since been extinct. It is now a, oh my God, look at this stuff. It is now a planet of lizard men. We're even past Planet of the Apes now. It's just lizard men. They were like, look, we found the Homo erectus. He was lost in the canyon. Not very bright. They were not very bright species. Woo! Oh my gosh. I mean, I never even knew there was stuff like this in the United States. This is crazy. Look at that. Yes, in the future, the lizard men talk like Middle Eastern people because ISIS has taken over the world. Everyone talks like they're Middle Eastern. Oh my gosh. All right. All right, we're getting pretty far north now. I think we're almost out of the park, to tell the truth. Let's fly between this one. Can we get it? 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 Oh my God, no. Oh, that hurt. Ripped the landing gear off the bottom of the plane. Matter of fact, I'm not even sure I'm still in the plane. Probably ripped the whole floor out of it. The wings just folded. Look at this one. Oh my God, look at that one. We got to go back and see that. Holy schmoly. Come on, baby. We're only pulling about 50 G's. Oh, I lost it. I don't know where it went. Gosh darn it. Oh man, that thing, that was like a spectacular pillar. And there's a bunch of those out here too. There's like these pillars with huge rocks sitting on top of them, like in a Wile E. Coyote cartoon. It's totally where they get the idea for that shit from. All right, I lost it. It's back there behind us somewhere. We're just about at the end of this, though. Anyway, we might turn back around and head back south again. So join me next time on Skip's Wild Google Earth, and we're gonna I'm gonna take you flying in the Grand Canyon. Right? Yep. This is the very end. This is the very end of the formations. Don't know why they just abruptly end right here, but they do. I don't know. Maybe it's got something to do with when our planet was hit by the asteroid or something. I don't know. It's pretty interesting stuff, though. I don't know. You ever heard that story? The planet Ceres smashed into the Earth way back, and that formed the asteroid belt. And I'm not sure if they think the moon was formed that way too. So like when you look at the Earth, it's really, I've always wondered, if you could look at it and see where it got smashed apart and melded back together. It's pretty round though. It's a pretty round object now, so I imagine most of the scars have healed. But there's got to be little crevices. There's that thing I missed. There's got to be little crevices and clues and whatnot left. I mean, when you come across landscapes that are abruptly different, and I'm not saying that this is an alien landscape or anything like that, or any of this came, as a chunk of Ceres or fell off or anything like that. That would be. But there might be spots out there like that. Where like entire continents, perhaps, maybe even, or pieces of Ceres that busted off and stuck to the Earth, came back and smacked into it. They're completely smashed and beyond all recognition, but the makeup would be different enough that maybe you could tell that hey, this isn't native to Earth. This is like crazy theory? I don't know. I've got this other crazy theory too, right? Listen to this. This is a crazy theory I've had for a long time, right? Because I've always been into mythology. And, right, I think I have figured out where and I haven't thought about this in 20 years probably, and I don't know why I'm thinking about it now, but I have figured out where the river Styx is, okay? The river Styx and the pillars of Hercules. I don't know if you're familiar with all that. This is what I think. I think the Mediterranean was a dry, shallow, drained sea at one time, and that sea levels were lower in those days, so that the Mediterranean was cut off from the ocean. And because of the high air pressure at the bottom of the Mediterranean, water would have evaporated very quickly. So water pouring in from the ocean as the water levels rose and began to pour in to the Mediterranean through the area that was called the Pillars of Hercules in those days. Initially it formed a waterfall where, and this is spoken about somewhere in history. I forget exactly where. Might have been Plato's dialogues or something like that. Might be where I picked it up. So the water started pouring in there, and it was a waterfall. And eventually, and that's where the river Styx came from. It was a saltwater river that poured in from the ocean into the Mediterranean, and as it poured down into the Mediterranean, it evaporated and disappeared. So it was like everybody was, oh, that's the river that leads to freaking nowhere. We don't know, I'm sure to them in them days, they probably looked at this and they were like, this is totally bizarre. It's the river of the dead, right? And I'm sure the salinity in this damn river was probably really high, and probably nothing even could live in there from the salinity. But, eventually the sea levels rose enough that it just became a deluge and filled, the deluge through the Pillars of Hercules would have grown exponentially day by day by day by day until, the water would be melting, the polar ice caps would be melting so fast that the water would just pour through there, and suddenly the river would become thicker and thicker and deeper and deeper, and all of a sudden it would be like in the space of just a few days it would become a flood, and it would be just like, where did this come from, and then maybe this is even could be part of the legend of Noah's flood. I don't know. It's just kind of a crazy theory I have. River Styx is actually at the bottom of the Mediterranean, and so yeah, I'm gonna leave you with that craziness now because it's really late, and I hope you enjoyed flying around the Arches National Park with me. And victory roll. Yes, victory roll. My God, that was slow. Oh my God, that's how airship performers die every day. Yes. So thanks a lot, and come back and join me again next time, and we'll fly down the Grand Canyon, and maybe I'll even share a game of Sudden Strike with you where I kick the Germans' ass. I'm playing the Russian campaign right now where the Russians, oh my God, they give the Russians like such big armies. It's insane. The gameplay just becomes insane. Like I played the German side once, and that side, you have to think and make strategy when you play that side. But with the Russians, you just throw wave after wave after wave, of guys, and they just get destroyed. And it's, they're computer men, so it's entertaining. All right, guys. Woo! And I'll see you next time.